Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, March 26th. It is 6:20 right now. We have market opening up in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. Good. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Sent out. Looks like we are good to go here. So as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Looks like price didn't really move much from yesterday. Going down to the 30-minute. $15. Down to the 10-minute. Down to the 1-minute. All right, looks like we are good to go here. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, March 26th. It is 6:24 right now. We have market opening up in about 6 minutes. I marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity above is at 43,012. Closest level of liquidity below is at 42,926. Got a bunch of liquidity down here again, like yesterday. What I noticed from here is before I clean my chart, it looks like price is pretty much where it was yesterday. So almost near identical price point from yesterday. And the reason why I know that as well is because if I go over here to the support resistance chart, price is still stuck within the same support resistance that I marked up yesterday. So I didn't change any of this stuff. This support resistance levels this is where they were yesterday. So you can see over here where I drew these arrows, price was in the same exact area yesterday live session. So we didn't really go anywhere from yesterday until today. Price is still kind of in this middle area, so I'll leave the support resistance levels at their same points. And we'll kind of just play by ear. And we'll see what happens here, if the price ends up pushing anywhere, but for the most part, it looks like we're in a big range. I mean, you can probably see it on the bigger time frame, like the 1 hour. Yeah, so look at this huge consolidation right here. right? This is the 1 hour time frame. Price has been consolidating within this range for the past 24 hours. So we'll see what happens here. I believe there's some news today and tomorrow. So today we had some news at 5:30. It was durable goods, transportation month over month, and defense month over month. So this was all for the most part positive news. We had high impact news at 5:30. So 4 o'clock, 5:30, and then we have some news over here at 7 o'clock. It's going to be the Fed speaking, and then gas stock change over here at 7:30. So 4 and 5:30 is basically the news that came up today. Market, it's pretty much past already, so it's not going to be super. I mean, I don't think it's going to be very useful at all. So I'm not really going to pay too much attention to these news prices. If I get an entry or a news price, I'm still going to take the entry. I don't think they're very, it's not going to have a huge impact because price has already broken past this area multiple times, except for the 4 hour one. So one over here, price actually hasn't retested this area yet, but it probably will once we get close to market open. So, all right, guys, market is ready to open pretty shortly. Let's see who's here so far. Morning, Christian. Morning, Steven. Morning, Lila. Morning, Sam. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Craig. Morning, guys. All right, guys, so market's gonna open shortly in about 3 minutes. Like I said, we'll see what happens here shortly in a little bit. But I mean, it's kind of a weird market this week. It's very similar to last week, so I'm gonna be very cautious with my entries. Looking over here at the overall trend bias, the higher time frames are bullish. Price is above the pivots. Trend meter is green. Pivots are angling up for the 4 hour, 1 hour, and 30-minute time frame. It is bullish over here as well in the 10-minute and 5-minute. However, the 1 minute over here is shifting to the downside. The 5 minutes starting to shift to the downside as well as the 10-minute, but for the most part, they're still kind of bullish right now. The only time frame that's really bearish is the 1 minute. 5 minutes catching along, but everything else is pretty much bullish. So we'll kind of see what happens here. This might be the same situation as yesterday, where price temporarily came down and then it shot all the way back up. So we'll see what happens here. It looks like price is trying to get back to this previous news price down here. For today, looks like the breakout will probably be a sell. We'll confirm that in about 40 seconds as soon as this candle closes. If this candle closes green, possible pushback to the upside. Looking over here at market profile, there's nothing on the 1 minute. Price is currently pushing to the point of control. 30-minute over here, price is currently pushing to the point of control. Same with the 1 hour. Price already actually bounced off it. Looking at the volume profile, price is currently at the point of control. 1 minute time frame over here, price is in between the 42,950 and 42,900. And for the support and resistance, price is in between the zone right here as well. So we'll see what happens shortly. But it does look like the breakout today may possibly be a sell. Yeah. So breakout for today is looking like it's going to be a sell. So if you guys are looking to take it, sell entry for the breakout. Volatility is really, really low right now, guys. These are like summer conditions right now. ATR is currently at 12. So this is super, super low from what we're used to. I'm hoping we don't go back into a slow market. I mean, we really shouldn't. We'll see what happens here. So, all right, guys, market is opening up in about 20 seconds. We'll be looking for possible opportunities for entry here. Looking at this so far, so the sellers are in control at the moment, of course. Basically from up here. We got some loan pack news at 7:30. Gas stock change. So let's see what we got here. All right, so market is now open. Big spike to the upside here. So we're like in a really, really big range at the moment. Let's see, Steven said shot enter, sell when the green candle pushes up. Yeah, I'd probably wait a little bit or maybe get in like closer to this upper area if you want to take the breakout a little later. Because this thing spiked literally on open. So I mean, the sell probably like around the liquidity target right here on its way back down. No, you should enter like right there, Steven, or I mean, if you wanted to, you're already late for the entry. Um, I mean, if you really want to enter, Steven, you can enter it now, but I probably just, I mean, it's up to you if you want to take the breakout. Okay. Yeah, because this candle here is like pretty big. So I think this will probably retrace back down. I mean, we'll see what happens here. I mean, the breakout doesn't look super great for today. I don't really like the breakout when the market's ranging like how it is over here, or like how I showed you guys earlier. We're in this big range. If you go on the 1 hour time frame, you'll see that price here has been ranging since yesterday. So we're in a 24-hour range right here. This price kind of sits here in the middle. But there's it's just tricky taking sells here because, like I said earlier, guys, the overall trend here is bullish. So, like, ideally, I would probably want to take a buy. But if if the market shows me a sell, then I'll take the sell, of course. The market just hasn't showed me a sell yet. At this point right here, the buyers are currently in control as price pushed up from this low point. Um, honestly, I don't know how long it's going to hold for, but ideally, I think price will probably come back down. We have the opening price right here below the sessions. And this is why I don't really take the breakout anymore. I kind of just wait for the market here to stabilize and I look for movements along the way. There's a possible MPSV2 that may set up over here. I don't think I would take it because you guys can see here that the volatility is not very consistent. Again, the ATR right now is currently 17 ATR. So like I said before, if you guys measure 17 and you look at these candles over here, none of these candles are 17 points, right? So because none of these candles here are 17 points, these are abnormal candles. So for the past, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically every candle here, the previous 5 candles here, they're all abnormal, right? Because you want to base it off ATR. So again, the ATR here is starting to grow a little bit, but it's only because the most recent candles are pretty huge. So if you look over here, the like this candle was like 30 points. This candle was like 50 points. This candle was 40 points. Like it's an average of like 40 points. So like the ATR is picking up. It's not at like 20, but it's still not enough to balance out like normal candles, right? Like this candle might be a normal one, but possibly not. Yeah, unfortunately, the breakout did not hit for today, Steven. It's all good. It happens. This is one of those days where it just doesn't hit. I think it's hit every other day this week, though. So the breakout hit on Monday, hit on Tuesday. Today's one day that did not work. So it's all good. Sam to break and retest right there for 25 points. Nice work, Sam. Yeah, when the market's ranging like this is a really tough area for you to take breakout entries because it doesn't really move. Well, it does move directional, but for this here, this was basically just a correction back to the upside. So we're seeing a huge, big range right here. Obviously, I'm going to come back and take a look. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing comes all the way back down. Right, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing comes all the way back down. The thing is, like, the 1 minute was correcting back up because everything here was bullish. So the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 10 minute, 5 minute, all bullish. The 1 minute here was the one that was actually down below. And what happened here is basically it came down and it shot all the way back up. To correct back to the overall time frame. And these candles are pretty crazy. Look at this huge wick on this current candle right now. So again, I would just wait a little bit, guys. Wait for the market here to stabilize. Again, you want to have price stabilized around the ATR number, right? ATR is currently 23 points. So in order to have a stable market, you're kind of looking for the candles here to be about 23 points. We still don't have that here. Every candle since market open or even pre-market, so every candle from like 628 up until now has been extremely large compared to the ATR. And you want to base you want to base the movement off the ATR. So again, once these candles start to slow down a little bit, then okay, start looking for some entries. There's an MPSV2 that's setting up right here. I don't think this is one I would personally take because it's currently at the sessions. You can see right there, we have the sessions. So this is going to be considered a red flag. If you guys want to take this here, I mean, feel free to take it if you feel confident and you feel comfortable about taking this position. For me personally, I'm not taking trades at red flags. It's obviously one of my red flags. So not one of the trades that I plan on taking. I think the candle might be too big. There's a couple red flags here. Candle's too big. It's at the sessions. It's just a tricky entry to be taking here. So if you guys want to take it, feel free to take it. If you guys don't want to take it, just sit out. I'm going to sit out of this one here. Yeah, just like what Christian said, candle's too big. Candle's way too big. ATR is currently 24 points, and this candle was 55 points. That's more than double the ATR. Yeah, so we're getting some pretty crazy movements here. Arik, I don't know if you're on here right now, but there's a bunch of micro scalps that came up. There's a micro scalp right here that came up. That was a huge move right here. I think Arik is here right now, right? Yeah, there you go. I'm not going to bother you, Arik. Just keep trading. Do what you need to do to take your micro scalps. But I just want to point that out. There's a micro scalp that started setting up right here, didn't fill. Micro scalp would have happened right here, and this would have been a huge push to the upside. Yeah, CJ said the way that 634 candle spiked all the way to the Asia high. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It spiked down to it, and then it shot way back up. Let's see, CJ said it took the micro scalp at 43.52. 43.52 up here. Nice. Another micro scalp right there, guys. Anybody who's looking to take those micro scalps. Two micro scalps came up right here, full TPs on both. Down right there, pushed up. Micro scalp would have been right here. This one pushed up as well. About 10 points or so. So micro scalp has been like one of the favorites right now for a lot of people. I mean, you don't have to take it. Obviously, it's like one of the riskier trades to take. Because right now I'm currently only trading my prop accounts, I'm kind of tempted to take some micro scalp entries. However, it's going to mess up my consistency, so I'm probably not going to do it. If you guys remembered, I did micro scalps in January. I made a crazy amount of profit, but then it messed up my consistency, so I couldn't request a payout for January. Had to wait for like another month before I can request another payout. So I think that, obviously I don't think I should. If you're gonna take micro scalps, you should take them on like only specific accounts, or if you're doing evals, right? Because you can make a lot of profit really quickly. Yeah, the only time I would take micro scalps is for like evals, if you were to do an eval, or if you have an account that's dedicated only to micro scalps. Because you can't switch between strategies. The micro scalps are going to yield the profits are like all over the place, so you're not going to meet the consistency requirement. It depends on the broker, or it depends on the right, big contract right here that just came in. $50 contracts at for a sell at 43.73. So there's not a lot. It's just 50 contracts, so it's not a crazy amount. But 50 contracts right there for a sell at 43.73. So one way to identify this as people getting stopped out is they basically go on the higher time frames and looking to see if there's any price around this area. Doesn't look like there's price around this area here. So I don't think those are stops getting filled. It's probably someone just putting a decently sized sell order. So what I would look for here is I would probably look for price to come back below this point. So I know price is climbing right now. The MPSV2 hit already, guys. So if you guys took it over here, the MPSV2 did hit. It was right there. I didn't take that trade because it was at the sessions. But if you guys took the MPSV2 full TP right there for anybody who wrote it up. And it's still climbing too. All right, so again, I'm kind of waiting for the market here to stabilize a little bit. I mean, it's moving pretty crazy at this moment, so volatility is pretty high. ATR is now at 26, so this is good. I like that the ATR is very high now, or not very high, but it's high enough. 28 now. We're getting closer to 30. It's just these candles here are crazy. Like, so if you look over here, these candles are normal. See, they're like below 26 points. And then this candle over here is a huge 60, 55 point candle. And this one over here is probably 60 plus. Yeah, it's a 66 point candle right there. So there's no other entries here available at the moment. Let's take a look at market profile. See, price is way too far out. So there's nothing here right now. The market profile in the 30 minutes way too far out as well. Same with the 1 hour. Volume profile is currently at the value high. It's currently bouncing off it right now. Main chart over here. So there's a lot of nice confluences right here as price kind of made its way above this area. Right, big rejection right there off the whole number. Support resistance is climbing up to the 4 hour resistance. So this is the 4 hour resistance up here. It's pretty far out. All right, so just one entry for today that's come up. It's this MPSV2. Again, I wouldn't have taken this entry here because for one, it was at the sessions, which is right here. And for two, it was too big of a candle. So I just wouldn't have met my criteria either way. I wouldn't have taken this trade. But the trade did hit. So this is a good sign, like I said before. Even though I'm not taking trades, I'm still marking them up because we'd like to see if the entries are still hitting, even though it's hitting our red flags. So we'll keep looking for another opportunity here, but at this very moment, not really seeing anything here. Reason for that is because looking at the market profile, we're not going to have any confluences here, right? Price is way too far out for us to have any confluences out here. I might have to wait until about 7 o'clock for the 30-minute candle to close. Once the candle closes, these levels are probably going to adjust with price. Same with the 1 minute. These are probably going to adjust with price. So at this point here, let's see if there's any A++ setups that may be coming up soon. All right, so there may be a possible A++ setup that may be coming up in a bit, guys. So currently right here, we have the buy signal push price up. We had the V1 variation engulfing right here. That also lined up with the MPS V2. If we get another V1 variation or engulfing, that could be a possible A++ setup. So if you guys are looking to take that, it's engulfing right here. See, the problem here is I don't have any confluences. That isn't engulfing, but looking over here on the 1 minute market profile, price is too far out. Same with the 30 minute. Same with the 1 hour. Well, the 1 hour is rejecting off the value high right there. So that's a confluence. There's no confluences over here on the volume profile. There's no confluences here on the clean chart. So if you guys want to take that, feel free. This is an MP, this is a not MPS. This is an A++ setup, but there's no confluences here for me. So in order for me to take this entry, I need to have confluences, right? I don't take just random entries. Or not random, but I don't take entries that are standalone. So I would need to have some sort of confluence, right? A rejection off the whole number. I need to have some sort of rejection off of support or something down here for me to want to take that trade. So there's an A++ setup right there, but it just doesn't meet my criteria. Earlier, there was a red flag right here. And then now there's no confluences for me to take this trade. Also, price looks a bit overextended. So like, it's just a little bit of a tricky area to be trading in. This was an engulfing candle though, so this does qualify as an A++ setup. You can see here the volatility is pretty slow. That's like something that I was kind of expecting because of this big push to the upside. It's kind of consolidating around this area now. It'll probably hit CP, but it'll probably continue to consolidate around this middle area. So the good thing here is that we haven't had any drawdown, right? When there's no drawdown here and the entry is active, odds are it's probably going to play through. The only thing that I would say here is that the ATR is not very consistent. It's currently at 26. So you might want to go for 20 points instead of the 30. Or if you're going for the 30, it's already about to hit. There you go. Full TP right there on the A++. Again, 2 entries here which came up. I'm just being a little more conservative here because of the red flag, and then also because there's no confluences here for me to take this buy. But if you guys took the entry, both of them right there did hit for full TP 30 points. Man, I don't really like the market this week. This week and last week, it's kind of been like this. It's been like in a consolidation zone. You can see over here on the 1 hour, it's pretty obvious, right? This is from the market yesterday. Price has been in this consolidation zone for some time. Price finally broke out of it, but this is always tricky when price finally breaks out of the consolidation zone because this candle hasn't closed yet, right? So it's kind of respecting these areas down here, but it's okay. I'd rather be safe than sorry, of course. We have another engulfing here, but the A++ is already taken out. So what I'd be looking for here is I'm looking for a sell signal for it to come back down at least a little bit, and then for it to come back up. So I'm looking for price. It's already pushed up so far. Looking for that retracement back down and a continuation back up. Nice. Sam caught the entry over here for 25 points. Solid work right there, Sam. I just wish there was more confluences, right? Rejection off the pivots, rejection off anything, really. I just had the only confluence I really had here was this 1 hour time frame push off the value high. And other than that, that was pretty much it. Yeah, there's nothing here on the clean chart. Price was kind of just sitting right there at the whole number, which was the 43,100. Yeah, Sam said last week, Q1 is always. Yeah, it's always, that's one of the things too that I was kind of thinking about. So I don't know what the GDP data was. Let me see where the news is at. I think the GDP data comes out. Okay, so this is going to be a big thing. News tomorrow is going to be really tricky for the overall economy because for Q1 over here, if GDP is negative, it's forecasted to be negative. This is going to signal that we're going into a recession. I know a lot of people are always talking about this, and the recession has been in the talks for a while now. But if you look over here, so Friday is actually going to be the big day. I mean, Thursday is going to give the heads up because the GDP growth rate is going to be negative, or is forecasted to be negative. But Friday is going to be the GDP growth rate, year over year, quarter over quarter. So we'll kind of see. I just saw a couple of news articles about this, so that's why I'm kind of curious about like what the news is going to be like tomorrow. There was an interview with Trump where they talked about, if we're going to go into a recession, if anything, we might go into a smaller recession. I wouldn't be surprised by that. It doesn't necessarily affect us directly as traders because it's going to cause volatility in the market, but it's going to affect a lot of other things. So just keep that in mind, guys. Something to look forward to tomorrow and Friday, just the news events with the GDP, because we are exiting Q1. It's like Sam mentioned. And that's probably why the market's been pretty, so if you look over here on the 1 hour, it's been pretty rangy for the most part, aside from today, because a lot of people are waiting for that news event to come out tomorrow to signify, where the market's going. But we'll see. We will see. All right, we have a pending sell signal right here. Again, we want that sell signal there to close. Once the sell signal closes, we can start looking for the retracement. So we can confirm that retracement to the downside and then possible continuation back up. We want the sell signal to close. So 650 right now. We want it to close by like 7 o'clock for sure. You guys are just joining in. There was two entries for today that came up. There's an NPSV2 came up right here at the 636 candle. It came up, but it was at a red flag, which was a session, so I didn't take that trade. There was an A++ setup right here. There's no confluences for me though, so I didn't take the trade. Again, I'm looking for my confluences and I'm looking for my opportunities for entry. This one barely touched TP too. So again, you want the sell signal here to close. Hasn't closed yet. Keeps pending, but hasn't closed yet. So I'm waiting for that 7 o'clock candle to close. The reason why I'm looking for the 7 o'clock candle to close is because the market profile is going to adjust. Right now, you can see price is so far above, way up here. We need some sort of rejection. I need price to close, retest, come back up. I need something to happen here for me to have some sort of confluence because there's nothing going to be here on the market profile. I mean, price is just too far out. You can see over here. So price from this current point to here is about 80 points. So it's going to have to drop a little bit before I can get that confirmation. Still no sell signal. It's currently pending right here. We have about 10 seconds left on it. And there we go. Sell signal has finally closed. So there may be a possible NPSV2 to the downside right here. The only problem again is we don't have any confluences from the upside, right? There's no confluences up here. There's nothing up here on the 30-minute. There's nothing up here on the 1 hour. The volume profile over here is rejecting off the value high. So there is a confluence right here for the volume profile. That's just one confluence. Looking over here at the clean chart, we have a rejection off the whole number. It's going to be right here at the 43,100. And there's nothing here on the support resistance. So we have two confluences. Clean chart confluence right here, rejection off the whole number, 43,100. And then we have a confluence over here, rejection off the value high for the volume profile. Otherwise, that's it. There's only two confluences there. So the sells here might not be the best option for us, which I'm okay with. Right, I'm okay if the sell never comes up. So if you're looking to take an NPSV2, you're looking for price to break and close below this black line right here. This is going to be a setup for an NPSV2 for a sell. However, there's no confluences for me to want to take that trade there specifically, so I might have to just wait until 7 o'clock. Because there's nothing on market profile. There's only two confluences here for the volume profile and the mean chart, which is off this whole number. I don't think it's enough for me to want to take this entry here. If you guys want to take it, I'll mark it up for you guys. Again, this candle has to close below the black line right there. Doesn't close below it, there's no entry. I also don't like how these candles or this specific candle is waking off. It's super hard like that, right? It's not exactly the best price action right there. So we have a pending buy signal here now. If this buy signal here closes, then no longer any sells available, which is fine because I wasn't really looking to take a sell here anyways. We got about 6 minutes till this 30-minute candle closes. Again, I'm going to be waiting for this here to close so I can have some sort of confluences around this area. I'm going to wait for the market profile here to adjust a little bit. 1 minute market profile. So price is still trying to come back below this point. Again, if you guys want to take that, feel free. Take it at your own risk. I think it is a risky entry because I just don't have confluences there. It's an entry nonetheless, but no confluences to give me confidence in this position here. So again, you want it to close below the black line. It has to close below it. Did not close below it, so there's no entry there still. See, I don't like this price action. It's just going back and forth, back and forth. This might be the candle that it finally closes below. So not very many confluences here, but I do like that we have this huge wick over here on the 30-minute time frame. Same with the 1 hour. Looks like price is trying to come back to the value high right there. So nice wick right here, but the confluences still do not line up with what I'm looking for. So if you're looking to take this here as a MPSV2, guys, looks like it's going to finally close below it. I'm not taking this entry here. There's not enough confluences for me to want to take it. Again, it has to close below this black line. Yeah, I didn't want the price action there. You guys can see how the price action kind of pushed up a little bit at the very last second. The ATR is currently back to 23 right now, so the ATR is not very high. Something to keep in mind, guys. If you're in this position, I probably would just go for 20 or 25. I'm not in this position though, so just another something to keep in mind. I just didn't have any confidence that they're taking sales, so didn't plan on taking it. But yeah, the ATR here is pretty low. It's at, well, it's not low, but it's lower than we would like it to be at. I'm gonna take this off. I don't want you guys to think I'm in it. I'll come back and take a look at it in a few, but I don't want you guys to hop into it late because you guys might think that I'm in the position. Again, the reason why I decided not to take this one here for an MPSV2 was for a couple of reasons. Price action here wasn't good. You can see price was consolidating. You can see price had trouble getting past this black line here. Even this entry candle here, it barely closed below it. And then on top of that, we had no confluences from the upside. So I had no upwards rejection. We have a big wick here, but it's not an upwards rejection that I was looking for. Volume profile, there's nothing there. There's just one confluence here off the clean chart. Rejection off the whole number right there at the 43,100. So price here is starting to come down a little bit. The entry is still running. So if you guys are in this position or if you guys decided to take it, let's see how far it dropped down so far. It's currently on its way down. The ATR is currently at 26, so you probably want to go for a 25-point move instead of full 30. But it's really up to your preference. We're getting closer to the 7 o'clock candle right here. For about 3 minutes till 7. Take this black line off. Looks like 25 points just got hit. 30 points got hit right there. So if you guys took the entry right here, full TP. So we've had 3 back-to-back entries here. They just weren't good entries in my opinion. So we had an MPSV2 right here. This is probably the only valid MPSV2 though without red flags. So we had an MPSV2 here. It hit, but it was at the session. So obviously I for sure wouldn't have taken that trade. This one over here was an A++ setup, full TP right there. This over here again, another full TP, but there was just no confluences for me to take. So still waiting for that there. Let's see, Mike said it didn't close below. It did. So it closed right there. The entry was on this red candle right here. Oh, it's my bad. All right, so yeah, it was on this candle right here, Mike. It like barely closed below it. We were watching it as it closed. So it was like right here, and then the last second it came up a little bit, so it did close below right there. But that's like another thing, like like you said, it didn't look like it closed below, so that was another thing too. It's just the price action wasn't really good. For me personally, I like when it closes, like when it's for sure, when it's like down here, right? I don't like when it's like very close to it because this thing can easily shift up at the last second. So, all right, well, 7 o'clock is here. So now that 7 o'clock has came, hopefully the market profile has moved up a little bit. So let's see, we got the market profile here. Price is going to close in about 3 seconds. Okay. Let me see if it's adapted at all. Not really. It looks like it might have moved up just a little bit, but not really too much. So I don't think we'll have very much market profile here to unless it comes back down. So I don't think there's going to be much confluence here with regards to market profile, unless it comes back down to the value high. Because it's pretty far from it. So we might get that. We might get price to push back down to the value high here and probably bounce off it. Or it might come down right here to the sessions, bounce off that, come back up. All right, so I don't know if market profile will be too useful for us today. I mean, we'll try to use it to our advantage if we can. It probably will come down. So what I'm looking at here is I'm looking for price to come down sharply and then bounce off the value high right there, that red line. There we go. Actually, so we do have a confluence here now. Looking for it to bounce off that line right there, which it just did. All right, so we got a market profile confluence right there for a push to the upside. Rejection right there off the market profile. 1 hour, we're probably not going to get anything here, but we do have one on the 30-minute, and we have one on the 1 minute right here. So I'm going to look for price to push back up, possibly set up for a buy MPSB2. So we had a couple confluences here. Rejection off the sessions. Rejection off the market profile on the 1 minute. Rejection off the market profile right here. Value high on the 30-minute. Nothing on the 1 hour. Actually, the 1 hour adjusted. So rejection right there. Nothing on the volume profile. So what I'm going to look for here is a possible break and retest to the upside on the 1 minute time frame. So looking at this here, I'm looking for price to push back up, retest here, and push back up from there. So basically a retest off the 43,050 price point. Be looking for something like that to happen here. Looking over here at the SR chart. No zones down here right now, but I'll mark this up for later. I'll come back and take a look at that a little later. It's not really useful to us right now anyways. So, all right, I'm looking for price to push up. I need that buy signal to come up. There we go, pending buy signal. No close there yet. Possibly on this next candle here. Guys, so just a heads up to all of the hedge clients that are here on the live stream. Unfortunately, there's an issue right now with compliance. I'm in touch with their compliance team right now. I mean, Ninja just really sucks with getting back to me, which is super annoying because like you'd expect them to be on top of things. So I'm gonna see what they have here. To me and my hedge clients, I think what's happening is our accounts got locked out because obviously it's they locked every account out. I think what happened with Ninja is that they got acquired by this company called Kraken. I'm not sure if like it's becoming an issue now to manage accounts with Ninja, but I'm gonna try to figure it out. So once I get some responses from them guys, I will send out an email to you. I know it's unfortunate. I mean, it sucks. They locked out my personal account too, so I can't even trade on my own personal account. So they basically switched all of our accounts to liquidate only, meaning we can only exit positions, we can't enter any. And I'm hoping to get this resolved by the end of the week. So if you guys are a hedge client, unfortunately, all these trades that I'm taking on the live sessions for this week probably are not going to be counted, or they're not going to be taken on the hedge accounts. I can only trade on my prop accounts right now. And I think, well, I hope not, but it seems like since NinjaTrader got acquired by Kraken, like basically all their customer service is like, seems like my contact I had there doesn't work there anymore. And that usually happens if you guys have seen how like mergers happen where like bigger companies buy smaller companies. They usually buy into the company and they just fire everybody. So it kind of sucks because I have nobody to contact right now with regard to fixing my accounts. So it's either we're gonna get that fixed or we're gonna switch to another broker. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, but at this very moment I don't have any answers, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll see. And it sucks because I like paid for a freaking year subscription. I'm hoping I can just get a refund on that and switch to a different broker. I tried to open an account with Tradeovate, but Tradeovate's owned by NinjaTrader. So like they're all kind of connected. I tried to open one account with Tradeovate so that we can just kind of continue on with business, but because I have an account with NinjaTrader, Tradeovate won't open. So it is what it is. It's super annoying, but it is what it is. All right, so we got the sellers in control right here, right now. We got price pushing up. So we got the buyers possibly back in control right here. We have an engulfing candle. This is a reversal pattern back to the upside. We have a pending buy signal right here. I'm looking for this buy signal here to close so that we can have an MPSV2 start to set up. Looking over here at the market profile. So we got the market profile right there on the 1 minute. We got a 30-minute rejection right here off the value high. We got the 1 hour rejection right here off the value high. We don't really have anything here yet on the volume profile. Looking over here, we have that setup that I just talked about. So nice break and retest right here off the clean chart, off the 43,050 price point. Nothing here on the SR chart, but I'm looking for this buy signal to close. So still no close there. I don't like how this happens, right? You guys have seen this. The buy signal has been closing or it's been pending for the past like maybe 6 minutes now. So we had a buy signal right here, didn't close. Right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, and again right here on this candle. So looking at this so far, I mean, it looks like we might be in a range consolidation. So I'll draw upper range right here, and then so we're in a bit of a consolidation range right now. Not exactly where I want to be in, but you guys can see here. All right, we have a buy signal here that closed. So we could have a possible setup here for MPSV2. Volatility right now is very low though. So the ATR is currently 29. These candles are like basically around ATR price range. This isn't going to be an MPSV2. We need to have a retracement candle first. So we need to have a red candle come up and then a green candle after. So we need to have a red candle first. It looks like we're just getting some consolidation here. So from what I see from this market, or like what we've seen for this week so far, it seems like our entries have to come pretty early. Because if it doesn't come early, it's pretty much going to be flat. So it looks like, the opportunities came up right here early in the morning and then they kind of just flattened out. Ideally, I'd like to take a buy here. We have a lot of confluences right here. Rejection off the volume profile, rejection off the market profile, rejection off a clean chart whole number. Ideally, I'd like to take a buy here versus a sell because there's no confluences here for a sell. Confluences are here for a buy. All right, so we have the retracement candle here. We're just looking for a green candle to break and close above this black line right here. It's got to for sure close above it though, guys. I'm not having any entries here where it's going to like bounce back and forth at the last second. So again, it's got to close like at least like up here. Got about 10 seconds left on this candle here. I'll be watching for it to push up if it pushes up far enough. No. So possibly on this next one here. So again, I need this to close above this point. Right, like maybe like up here at least. So this might be the MPSV2 setting up here. We got 30 seconds left on the candle, so I'm going to wait a little bit. It's probably a big buy order that came in. Big buy order at 43.94. Watching for right here. All right, candle's going to close in about 15 seconds. I'm watching it here. Make sure it closes above. Closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 in the position. All right, the entry wasn't super great. But
order filled.
It was right here. Let me set up my criteria. So 27. TP's at 27. Bring this down at 1 point. And stop loss is at 67. Okay. So I got it set up right here. The entry wasn't super great, but I got it set up right there. You guys can see it on my chart. Try to move this out of the way. All right, so let me go over here. I'm going to take a look at my confluences. So we have a rejection right here off the market profile. I have an engulfing candle right here. Price is pushing up, almost at my TP. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a look again. So again, right here on the 30-minute, we have rejection off the value high market profile. Looking over here on the 1 hour, rejection right here off the value high market profile. Looking at the volume profile, there's not exactly a confirmation there, but it is pushing away from the point of control, pushing up to the value high. Looking over here at the clean chart, we don't really have a rejection right here right now, but be okay if you have a break and retest of this area, push up higher. And nothing here yet on the clean on the SR chart. So kind of see the ATR is not super high. So like, I mean, a 20-point TP probably would have been ideal. Even a 25 point. I think 25 point might be good actually. Well, I'll leave it as is. I mean, we're already in the position, so it's almost there. It's at like, I mean, the confluences look good. So I just need to push up a little bit higher. If you guys got out, looks like a lot of you guys here got out at 20 points already, or 25 points. So if you got out at 20 points, full TP right there. If you got out at 25 points, full TP right there as well. I'm looking for this to possibly push up to this range up here, the upper range. I mean, the confluences look good. We currently have an engulfing candle right here right now on the current candle. So I think if this here pushes up any further, close is about to close in about 7 seconds. To me, engulfing candle right there, another confluence. Right there as it pushes up a little higher. And I'm at full TP. I'm out. Out.
Target filled.
Target filled. We out. All right, guys, full TP on that, 30 points. Like I said, you know, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you guys wait and you're confident, you wait for your confluences. Like, I could have taken all these entries here, but I wanted that perfect entry, right? Perfect entry right here, no drawdown. Like, literally no drawdown. So I had no stress. I already knew everything was going to come out and play out how I wanted it to. Didn't adjust my TP at all. I wrote it right to 30. You guys saw it all here on the live chart. So the reason why I was confident about this was because, again, like I said, guys, I had my confluences here, right? I had my rejection off the value high. I had an engulfing candle. I had another engulfing candle right there. Same with this here. Like, if you guys have confidence in your strategy or your entry, like, you don't need to be scared taking these entries. Like, for me, I would have been scared taking these other ones, right? I would have been shaking in my boots for these over here. But for this over here, I was like, no, this is going to hit because everything just lined up. And then we had another engulfing candle right here, which gave me even more confidence, right? So the more confident you are about your position, the more you can just let it play. So made pretty good profit on that, guys. Really good profit, actually. I'll show you guys right now my profits for the day. I got some slippage, not a lot of slippage, but why did that even happen? Okay, it's so weird. So I got slippage on my main account, but not on any of the others. It's all good. Kind of annoying, but it's all good. So let me go ahead and I'll take a screenshot of this here so that you guys can see my actual entries on the chart. Oops. Great profits, guys. I see you guys posting your profits in the chat. If you guys have profits to post up, feel free to send them in. You can post them on the Discord. You can post them on the Zoom. Up to you guys. Okay, so let's see. You guys can see over here. I installed interactive brokers. I already started looking for new brokers, just in case NinjaTrader doesn't figure out the situation. So let's see, how many entries do we have today? 2, 3, 4. So 4 entries today so far. On those. So we had 1 full TP, and then on top of that, 4 back, 2 back. TPs, NPS V2 plus and A plus plus. All right, so there goes the entry right there. You guys, if you guys ever want to look back at it, I always post all these entries on the Discord. There's no entries here right now, but actually there's an A plus plus, looks like. No, there isn't. Or I guess there could be right here. This is a possible A plus plus. I'm not in this position right here, but it's a possible A plus plus if anybody is looking to get into it. I think it's a little tricky of an entry because the volatility here is kind of flattened out a little bit. I didn't really look at the confluences either, so we don't really have a bottom confluence right here right now. So I probably would sit out on that A plus plus. Yeah, there's no confluences here, not as much as I'd like. Nothing here on the clean chart, and nothing here on the SR. So there's only one there's actually no confluences here. There's a 30-minute, but this has kind of been running for a while, and 1 hour that's been running for a while as well. So for me personally, I wouldn't take this A plus plus. I would probably just sit out of it. If you guys want to take it, feel free, but I'm going to take this off because I don't want you guys to think that I'm in that position. So let me go ahead and take a screenshot of my profits for the day. I'll update my trader sync as well. So that you guys can see. All right, so here are my profits so far. Really, really good move right there. We haven't caught a full 30-point move in a while. This was like more of a 29 or 29-point move because I had adjusted slightly. But as you can see over here, I locked in some pretty good profit. These are all my profit counts. So basically all my Apex accounts from up here down to here, and then my Tradeify from here down to here, my Perdia, and then my Take Profit Trader. So pretty good. We'll keep looking for opportunities here, but as you guys can see, price is kind of just sitting in this range right now. I mean, if you see a reversal pattern off of, off the structure here, then be a possible bounce to the upside. If you want to trade within the range. All right, so let's see everyone's profit so far. So looking over here at the team profits. So we got Jonathan here. He locked in 376. Nice work, Jonathan. So if you guys have been trading with me for like basically for the past 3 months, I mean, you guys should be really in profit, or you guys should be really consistent because our win rate's been like super high for a pretty long while now. I'm gonna save this right here. So the thing with nice work, Vavid, yeah. So Nick over here is well locked in 3,038. It's a little closer to getting this account going. Yeah, so someone asked me about this the other day about posting profits, and they were asking me if like it's good to post profits. I think it's great. I think it's great if you post profits. It's not to show off, it's to show you the consistency, right? So like Christian over here, he posted his profits, he locked in 580. Like Christian can see his consistency because he could just scroll up and he's like, how much did he make today? 580, right? How much did Christian make yesterday? 520. You can see his consistency. He's making the same amount of profit pretty much every day. Christian the day before, 1,120. Christian the day before that, 540. So he can see here that he's consistent, right? And this gives you accountability because if you don't post your profits, like who's going to know what you did, right? Only you know. And the thing with that is it's not going to help you because you're not really going to get praised for like, I mean, yeah, of course you'll probably praise yourself a little bit, but it's not going to be it's not going to be documented. So we got profits over here from Vapid, aka Nick. Nick locked in 3,038. And then Craig over here, nice work, Craig. So Craig just opened up some new accounts here because the promo going off Apex. If you guys want to open an account with Apex, again, if you guys use my promo code, it's going to give you the best, well, it's not my promo code, it's the admin code. Just go over here to funding companies, go to Apex. This code right here, JJNIEOWR. This code is the admin code. It'll give you the biggest promo available. So Craig over here got a couple accounts. They were like $50 each for 250K accounts. And Craig locked in some pretty good profit, 1,891 per account. So we locked in basically 2, 4, 6, 8, like about 7,000 for the day off that one trade. So nice work right there, Craig. You guys can see my profits. I locked in about well over 2,000 per account. So my profits for the week are pretty nice. I will add up my oops, I got on the server. I will add up my accounts on the Trader Sync so that you guys can see. And we'll continue with it. Nice. Yeah, Christian said thanks to your mentoring, to you, Sean, and Brock's tips. Yeah, 100%. The more consistency that you guys find trading, the better you'll be long term, guys. It's not about making huge profits every day, it's about having consistent profits every day. I think it's the key thing to look out for. So we got a V1 variation setting up right here. This could be a possible pushback to the upside. So bounce off the support level or range and possibly a pushback up. If anybody's looking to take that. But it looks like it's not going to close. So, all right, let me go ahead and update my, so I'm going to update this Trader Sync right now so that you guys can see my profits. I'm gonna do it over here. I don't want you guys to see my login, of course. So the easy thing is that I only need to update my profit counts. I think the profits for today are going to be pretty nice across the accounts. We got another V1 engulfing candle right here to bounce off the lower range. So if you guys want to trade within the range, you could possibly catch this right here and ride it back up to the middle at least. I'm not taking this position here, but if you guys want to take it, again, I'm just going to mark it up for you guys here. The ATR is currently at 24, so you might want to go for 25 instead of 30. Price action sucks. Okay, so this will possibly push up, but I got it marked up for you guys right there. The ATR is actually really low now, so it's now down to 23. It was currently at 24, so now it's down to 23. This is, again, if you want to catch the bounces between the range here. I personally don't trade this way, but if you do want to trade this way, there's still opportunities there for you guys to take. Not in this position. Let's see if there's any confluences for the buy. There's no confluences for a buy here, actually. There's confluences for a sell. Rejecting off right there, the value high. 30-minute price is currently at the value high as well. 1 hour price is kind of just down the middle. Nothing here on the volume profile. There's a rejection off the top end right here from the clean chart off the whole number. It's mixed confluences right now. I mean, this will probably hit, but it's definitely mixed confluences right now. Getting into my TraderVate accounts. I'm gonna take this off, or I'll leave it here for now. I'm not in this position though, guys, so just keep in mind. I just drew this up because we are looking at the bounces off the upper and lower ranges. I didn't like the entry candle though. So the candle right here, this was a V1. If this candle closed a little bigger, like up here, it'd be a V1 and engulfing. And I'd be a little more inclined to take this position here, or even maybe think about taking it, even though it doesn't line up with any of my entries. Pretty Yeah, the volatility is not very consistent. It's going between like 22 and 24. You can see down here, it just shifts around a bit. Kind of annoying, but it's just kind of what you gotta deal with. Um, Here. For some reason, my trader scene, I uploaded the positions, but it's not showing my profits for today. Today's the 26th. Yeah. All right, I'm trying to set up, I'm trying to look at my profits for the day. But for some reason it didn't upload. Let me just log out of this. That's weird. I'm gonna try to upload my positions again, or not my positions, my accounts. Unless my TradeAway just hasn't updated yet. All right, I'm trying to sync my positions on my trader sync. I was hoping it works. I don't like adding them up myself. I mean, I could add up my profits myself, but it's just gonna take forever to do the math on this. All right, so this thing is still running, guys. I'm not in this position, but it's still running right now. The ATR is currently at 22. It looks like it's finally pushing up, bouncing off this lower range. Weird. Yeah, it says all trades were previously imported, so we didn't add any. It's weird. Yeah, okay, well, I guess I'll just have to, okay, full TP on this trade right here, guys, if anybody took it. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait for this here to update. Like, it doesn't show my trades for today for some reason. I imported them twice. And they're just not showing up. But I'm pretty sure I locked in, let's see, so I locked in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I locked in like well over 40,000, probably like 50,000 for today. So that'll set me to like 160 for the month. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So full TP right here, if you guys caught the bounce. Again, I marked up the bounce over here because we had the V1 variation off the lower range. And this was an entry here for the bounce off the lower range at this point. There's no MPSV2 that came up here because it was going to be right at the session, so obviously no entry there. There may be another MPSV2 to the upside right here. We have a possible buy signal that's pending. Let's see the confluences again. Okay, so this might be a good entry. There is a rejection off the 1-minute market profile. There's no rejection here off the 30-minute though. Pushing away from the value high though. So the 1 hour over here, we do have a rejection off the point of control. So you got a 1-minute rejection. We have a 1 hour rejection. We have nothing here on the volume profile. We have a rejection here off the whole number. It's at the 43.50 price point. And there's nothing here on the SR. So we have one confluence here on the clean chart. We have one confluence on the 1 hour. We have one confluence on the 1 minute. So we have about 3 confluences right here. They're not super, super strong, but confluences nonetheless. ATR is kind of low. It's lower than what we'd like though. It's currently at 21 ATR. So if you are looking to take a trade here, I mean, again, probably 25 points, maybe 20 points will be better versus going for that 430. The volatility is just not high enough. So if this candle closes green above this black line, this is going to be an MPSV2. Again, I don't like the price action here. You guys can see how price is kind of just sitting right there and it's not really moving. Like in order for me to want to take this entry, it would have to be pretty high up, like right here. This candle has 30 seconds left on it. Let me go ahead and take a look at the confluences again. It's not looking good, guys. I don't think I'm going to take this entry here. I think this is probably going to close somewhere close to the black line. Yeah, doesn't even look like it's going to close above it. So there's no MPS there yet. Man, I feel like TradeRate's been having issues lately with their API. Here, let me try to log in again. So another opportunity right here for MPSV2. Again, I don't like the price action here, guys. See how it's like it pushes up and it comes back down? I would need it to close like somewhere up here for me to want to take this entry, because the last thing I want to do is at the last second it comes pushing down. Second, it has about 30 seconds left on it. Got about 15 seconds. I'm not going to take it, guys. If you guys want to take it, feel free. I just don't feel comfortable with how it's currently moving right now. On taking on my accounts. If you guys want to take it, I'm going to mark it up right here. There just isn't as many confluences as I would like as well. So if you guys are taking it, it's running right now. In profit, probably want to go for that 20 points because the ATR is very low. So that's another thing too. There's just a lot of things here pointing towards me not wanting to take the trade. ATR is low. The confluences, there's only like 3 confluences here. Like this 30-minute makes it makes a big impact for me specifically because I usually like to base it off that specific setup there because my market profile is based off the 30-minute time frame. So not to say that this won't hit, but I think this is going to be a little bit of a tricky trade because of the low ETR. I mean, 20 points is kind of it's tricky because your stop loss is tighter too. So if you guys are in the position, look at the confluences, rejection off the whole number, 43.50, nothing on the SR, nothing on the volume profile. It's kind of pushing away from the point of control, which is okay, but it's not a nice rejection off it. I mean, it's pushing. So it is pushing, but the ATR is getting smaller. The ATR is now at 18. So if you want to get out early from this position, I mean, feel free to get out early. If it gets close to your TP and you just feel like, okay, I need to get out of this position because I think 20 is even pushing it. 20 might push. I mean, 15 might be even good. I mean, 10 is even looking good right now, right? Because the volatility is so low. See, I would like to have candles like this here, right? Still pushing up though. So I think 15 would have gotten hit already. So 10 and 15 looks like it would have gotten hit. The 20 here is still kind of tricky because the volatility is not really consistent. And I'm trying to log out of mine. Where's my phone at? Wait, where's my phone at? 1 second, guys. I don't even know where my phone is. Stats on my traders link here. I think TraderBait just hasn't uploaded the positions yet. Or I mean, the positions are just not showing. All right, so the trade's running still in profit right there, guys. As you guys can see, it's pushing up higher. There you go, full TP. You guys caught that entry there. Nice work. I mean, there's a little bit of some drawdown here, not very much, but the entries are hitting. So, like I said, I didn't feel confident about this position because the ATR is so low. I guess I could have taken it for 20 points, but it's kind of a tricky situation here. Yeah, Christian didn't like it either. CJ skipped it. Oh man, CJ said entered it late, missed the initial entry, but caught it. Didn't copy to the other accounts. It's all good. Yeah, Sam said nice one, all hit. So if you guys have been following the session today, pretty much every entry I marked up here hit. Like there has been no losses so far. Win right here, win right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 entries. Y'all hit pretty nice. Let's this over. Thanks, Shib. Just saw your message right now. No live session for Shib today, but he'll be on tomorrow and Friday. All right, let's try Trader Sync one more time. See if my entries are populating. Glenn said done for the day. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, definitely. Nice work today, Glenn. Locking these profits. I'm still trying to update my Trader Sync. Hopefully, I can get them in soon so I can show you guys a total. I just don't want to add them up. It's just a lot of work for me to add them up. I just want to have them on my chart. Big orange for trading. All right, so looking at this so far, guys, I mean, price looks like it's probably gonna just sit within this range for the rest of the period. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Trying to get my positions uploaded to my trader sync, but they're just not coming up right now. All right, so we have an engulfing candle right here. Let's see, I have the sellers that push price down from here. Buyers push price up from same here. So, I mean, personally, I don't think I really want to trade around this middle area anyways. Let's see, Sam said I'm done too slow for me, and NQ is just selling off. Let's check NQ real quick. I think he did sell off pretty heavily. Yeah, he sell off right there for NQ. Check ES. ES had a sell off today too. Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because ES usually mirrors YM, but ES is actually not on the same track as YM today. It's way off. But yeah, it's pretty slow, guys. The ATR is currently 17. It's just getting slower and slower as time progresses. I don't know what's up with my trader sync though. It's not uploading any of my positions. It said that it did, but I try to upload my Tradeify. It's all good. If I can't get it on here, then I'll just add them on myself. It's just a lot easier when you see it on the chart, on the calendar. So let's see if my Tradeify uploads anything. That's weird. It says that it's uploaded everything, but I don't see any trades here. I mean, obviously I took this trade here, so I don't know why it doesn't show anything. Well, it's all right. I'll just add these up then. I'll save it. Save this. All right, so I'll just add this up while we kind of wait. There's nothing for me to take here anyway, so. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's 2,400 times 14 plus 1,450 plus 2,475 plus 2,475 plus 5. All right, so for the day, I logged in 51,595. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for one trade. So 51,595. These are just my profit counts. I mean, I wish I could have taken these trades on my personal account. Like fuck. If I took yesterday's trade and today's trade, I would have been up like 5,000 so far for the week on my personal account, which is super annoying, but it is what it is. Ninja's like really annoying me right now because of because they lock out my accounts. I mean, it had to be the week where, the trades are hitting and they had to lock out all of my accounts and all of my hedge clients and super annoying. I mean, otherwise, it's been a great week. So this week so far, my data here doesn't show today's profits, but so basically, this is how much profit I locked in, and that would be added onto here. So if we were to add this to the week, so this plus 25,950, I'm currently up 77,545 for the week. Yeah, so that's how much I'm for the week, and then for the month so far, 115,325 plus 51,595. Currently up 166,920 for the month so far. So that's not bad. 77,000 for the week, and then 166,000 for the month, and 51,000 for the day. Hopefully this will populate at some point, so I can just take a screenshot of this. It'll be easier for me to show you my overall stats for the week. But this year's been pretty good so far, guys. I mean, it's been a pretty great year so far. So let's see. If you guys are getting mentored by someone who's showing you guys profits, have them show you their monthly profits, right? Because like we talked about this yesterday, the consistency with trading is like not very it's not very common for someone to be consistent for like a long period of time. Like anybody who shows profits, you should probably want to see their long-term profits, not just for the day and not even just for the week, but you want to see their profits for the month, right? So for the months, but so far, here I am for the year. So for the year, I'm currently up 269,695. That's basically for the year so far, right? And I'll show you guys all of my trades here. So all my trades, these are all live trades taken. For March, I'm up 115. Last month, I was down a little bit, or up a little bit, 81,000. And then for January, so year to date so far, I'm currently at 269,000. I'm currently at like a 74% win rate or 75% win rate. If we were to just focus on the scalps, because I started taking the scalps on January 20th up until today, obviously, the win rate goes up quite a bit. So my profit is at like 264 for just the scalps, and then 81.20% win rate right here. So this isn't for me to show off to you guys. This is mainly to show you guys like this is what you guys can get if you're consistent, right? You just have to have consistency with trading. Like I don't make huge profits every day. I don't make big profits every day or every week for that means. I make like decent profits and then they add up over time. So my goal for this month was to make 6 figures. I already reached that goal. Hopefully I can keep it above there, and then hopefully for the next month I just keep getting higher and higher. I think that's the goal for me. So just keep that in mind, guys. When you guys are trading, just make sure that you focus on consistency. Focus on consistency, discipline. You guys will see every day I trade the same way, right? I look for like one specific setup. I look for the MPSV2, which is this one right here. And with this like literally all I've been taking is this MPSV2 since like January 20th. So I've been showing you guys every month, I'm only taking that one entry. So from right here, January 20th, like these are all my winning days. These are my losing days. Like this shows you that like following just one strategy and following like the A+ type setups, you can lock in some pretty good profit. And again, this is just to show you guys that it's possible. I feel like a lot of people hate on like scalping, but for me, I think scalping is probably the best way to trade because you're not in the position for too long. You don't get caught in wait fake outs or whipsaws and stuff like that. You're kind of just in for a few minutes and then you're out. And then for today, you guys can see how much profit I locked in. And this is just from scalping. Again, you guys don't have to scalp, but I'm showing you guys, if you guys can just focus for like, an hour a day or even 30 minutes per day, you can look for that one entry. Once that really good entry comes up, you take it and then you're done. Like for example, today, all these entries came up. I only took one of them. Like, sure, I could have been greedy. I could have taken all of these here, but I'm pretty content with just focusing on the ones that I know for sure are gonna hit. Like this one over here, this NPSV2 is at a red flag, so I didn't take it, right? That goes against my trading plan. This one over here, I forgot what was wrong with this one, but I didn't take this one. This was an A++ setup. This one over here, I didn't take this one because there just wasn't any confluences. Actually, yeah. So there's no confluences over here. There's no confluences over here. This one that I actually took, there was like 6 confluences right there, right? We had the 1 minute market profile, 30-minute, 1 hour volume profile. It was just a perfect entry all around. Clean chart, SR, everything lined up for this entry. So I took this one. I didn't take this one because this isn't the strategy I was following. This is not an NPSV2. It's just a bounce off the lower range with a reversal pattern. And then I didn't take this one right here because of there's not enough confluences. There's like 2 confluences there. So again, you can take as many entries as you like, but I think your main goal every day, guys, is to close out green, right? You want to close the day out green. So you can see here how many green days I have. As long as you have more green days than red days, we're trading a 1-to-1. So the more green days, the better. You're going to end up with more profit, of course. So my goal is just to close the day green. I don't care how much profit, whether it's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, etc. My main goal is really just to close out the day green. Because if I can close it green, I know it's going to add up to more profit in the long run. Yeah, Sam said, thanks again, Sean. You were one awesome. Respect. I'm mostly green, and your trades have become a cherry on top. Never disappointing and a great learning. Yeah, definitely, Sam. You've been killing it. I know you're taking your own trades, but I know when you take my trades, you have that extra push, right? You have like even more profit on top of it. Sam said, good to be careful this week. I have to cut my loss by 50%. Q2, Q3, boom, boom, yeah. So we're going into Q2 right now, guys. It's March 26th. We're going to April next week. It's going to be NFP next week. So you just want to be a little careful with the market, right? I'm always going to give you guys like heads up on like being careful and being consistent and being wary about like the unusual market conditions, because you got to be aware of that stuff. So looking at this so far, I know there was an NPSV2 that came up right here. I don't think it's one I would have taken because I don't have any confluences here from the upside, right? This is the 1 minute market profile. There's no confluences on the upside for rejection. There's no confluences here on the 30-minute. Price hasn't reached the value high yet. 1 hour, there's 1 confluence here. Not a great one, but it's just one. Volume profile, there was no confluence up here. Clean chart, there was no confluence up here either. Right? We didn't have any rejections off the top end. And same with the SR chart. So I know there's an NPSV2 that came up, but it's not one that I would personally take because there's just no confluences there. Like I said, I'm looking for those A+, those setups that I know for sure are going to hit. Like these are all kind of okay. They're entries, but they're just okay entries. The one I took today, this one over here, this was a great entry because there's so many confluences behind it. All right, so let me see if there's anything else here for me to look at. I was hoping I could update this, but it's okay. I already did the math, so you guys know where I'm at right now. So yeah, year-to-date stats. And you guys can see here, so from January 1st up until here, these are my gross profits. So my gross profits are 269,695 for the year so far. My net is 214,375 because of commissions and fees. So I'm up about like over 200,000 gross, closer to 3, but it's good. So solid profits right there. Win ratio, pretty decent. This is including the breakouts from the first week of January too. So it's a little bit of a mixture of stats. But all right, guys, it's about to be 8 o'clock right now. Let me check the chat real quick to see if there's anything else that I'm missing. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Let's see. CJ said, I feel you, Sean. I'm annoyed because one of my trades didn't copy to my other accounts. I hope Kraken isn't messing with Replicano. I know it is. Ever since NinjaTrader got bought out by Kraken, I feel like there's a lot of issues that have came up, like their connection with TradingView yesterday. A lot of people had issues with that, and then also, me getting shut out of my accounts too. Yeah, CJ said it's funny that all the entries are within the range. Exactly. So price has been within this range for a while. If you look on the 1 hour time frame, price has actually been in a range for. Let's go over here to the. Let me zoom out real quick. So price is actually within range right here, right now. So it's been ranging since Monday. So Monday market open right here. It's actually been in a range. This is the 1 hour chart too. It's not the lower time frames. It looks like this could be the 1 minute time frame, but it's the 1 hour. And there hasn't been very much movement. You can see over here, there was more movement previously, like a bigger range at least. But for this week so far, it's been pretty small range, and then it's starting to get a little wider. But still small nonetheless. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out on Discord. Again, if you guys are new here and you guys want to learn these strategies, this strategy is taught completely free. If you want to learn it, just go. If you're on the YouTube, scroll down to the description, and then on the description it will show free Kodi Kai trading education. You click on that link, sign up, get access to pretty much the Discord and everything. And this is what the course looks like. If you guys are curious in learning the MPS V2, it's going to be right here under module 5. It's the most recent, the latest one down here, momentum pullback scalp V2. So again, I think we're going to be sticking to this strategy for the rest of the year. I mean, the year's been pretty great so far. The stats pretty much reflect that. So there's no reason for me to change anything. Everything's looking great. We're in an upwards trajectory. January, I was at 73,000, February, 81,000, and then a huge jump over here in March. I'm now at 115,000. So hopefully, like every month, I'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger. My goal now is probably gonna hit 200 because I'm already at 100 for March. So hopefully for April, or maybe even by the end of this month, I'll hit that 200 mark. But we'll see. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, aim for like 1 or 2 solid entries a day, and be happy with it. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, same place.